before we begin the actual interview, I'm going to ask you a few basic questions.
Okay.
So can you state your name for me?
My name is Noel Saria Anahar.
And what is today's date?
Today's date is April the 9th, 2015.
And what is the general location that we're in?
American Canyon, California.
And when were you born?
I was born in October 29, 1958.
And what branch did you serve in?
U.S. Navy.
And what was the highest rank that you attained?
Chief Petty Officer, E7.
And what war or conflict did you serve in?
Desert Shield and Desert Storm.
And did you ever think that you would end up in the military?
No. That never really crossed my mind because I was thinking of going to college and take engineering. But right after graduating high school, a friend, best friend of mine, also a classmate, we saw this ad on the newspaper that that's asking for a Navy to apply for the Navy. So we did, and I'm not really thinking of getting recruited, but they called me, they sent me a notice, and that's how I started.
So what was the whole entire process that you went through?
So you submit your picture. It's a wallet-sized picture, 2.5, and right on the back of the picture, you write your name, your date of birth, and your height. I think they don't ask the address, but yeah, you write those information, and then whenever the time, I don't know what's how the process as far as them, the whole detail of the procedure, how they call you, but then somehow after 4 years I got a call. No, I'm sorry. About a year at least, I received a call from them.
So how long was the whole entire process, like from the ad until you were officially in the Navy?
So after I received a notice of an appointment to take the written exam and the interview, so I passed the exam, and then on the same day, they interviewed me and I passed, and then so they sent me an appointment again for the medical. So after the medical, once I pass the medical, then the next appointment will be getting inducted or recruited in the Navy.
And when you found out that you passed all those tests, were you very excited or were you nervous?
I was apprehensive, excited, because I've never been out of the country before. Like I said, I'm not planning on joining the Navy, and that's not even, in my mind, but crossed my mind. So I thought, oh, this might be exciting because I have relatives in the Navy, and they say good lot of things about being in the Navy, how they were happy with their job, and when they come home for vacation, I see them having fun, and looks like they're having a good life. So I joined.
So who in your family was in the military as well?
I'm sorry?
Who in your family was in the military as well?
I have a couple of uncles in the military, and my brother, he was already in the Navy, so that really encouraged me to go further and join the Navy too.
Did your brother help you adjust to the military lifestyle?
Yeah, he told me some stories. He encouraged me that to join and there are ratings in the Navy that like in the rating field, the work field that he does, which is engineering. So I like to be an engineer too. Like I would like to follow his footsteps because he said it's a good pay and you learn a lot. So I did join the Navy.
So did your family approve of you joining the military since a lot of your relatives were in it and your brother as well?
Yeah, they also encouraged me to join the Navy because so the life in the Philippines is, you may not know, is really hard.
Yeah.
Even though you already attained have a college degree, still the work is really, hard to get a job and a good paying job. So I thought, okay, I'll just give it a try and see what happens.
Yeah. So what was the hardest decision that you had to make before you joined? Like leaving your family or?
Not, maybe away from the family, being away from the family, yeah.
Yeah. So how was your experience during your first day of boot camp?
It was when we got there. So we flew on a plane from the Philippines, from Subic base. So we landed in San Diego and we spent about a couple of weeks there waiting we waited for a company to form because there's enough people in the company. So we weren't assigned a company yet. So we in a couple of weeks we had a company, and then the first day is like getting up early in the morning. Getting your new uniform, getting size up, getting the right size shoes and hats and things like that. And then you march. You can't walk by yourself. You have to march always in group. And then when you go as a group. You eat in a group. You take a shower in a group, and then you take a shower. It's an open bay.
Yeah.
So and it's pretty much it's what you expect to be in the military, because I guess it's to break you in and to start, to mold you into the military, so that you don't have not have a hard time adjusting to it.
Well, did you yourself feel like you had a hard time adjusting to that lifestyle?
No, since most of my relatives told me what to expect, so that really helped me to what to expect, or what am I gonna doing. So back in the Philippines before I joined, so I started running and setting myself for the training, for the boot camp.
So you knew for a while that you wanted to join the Navy, huh?
No, I don't. No,
Yeah.
I have, like I said, I want to be, I want to go to college, but I guess I just want to give it a try. So.
So, while you were in the boot camp, was it hard for you to be away from your family for a long time?
I guess for the first 2 weeks, I kind of miss them, but as days goes on, because all the daily routines that you have to do every day, it really gets you busy. So and everything we do is just to gear you up to the military. So you have a lot of training, marching, school. We go to school too. So we're really busy. So the only time that we be with ourselves is at night when we go to bed, right? So that's the only time that we really start thinking about the family. But I guess I well adjusted pretty good. during boot camp.
So you never had any free time for yourself, or?
We always have you mean a break for ourselves, or like going out
Yeah.
by ourselves?
Just in general, like free time.
Yeah, free time, like, like Sundays, that's our free time during boot camp. We, we don't have any school, we don't have any training, so we pretty much, that's our free time, and, we get a break. But sometimes we all go out as a group, so we went to see a baseball game. So, and whenever we go out, we go out in the group, and we have our company commander, who is who are responsible for us, who is the one that trains us. That he came with us to see the game.
So even in your free time, you would stay with your team?
Yeah, we can't go out alone on ourselves, so we have to be always in a group. We're not allowed yet. We're still in boot camp.
So did you ever write letters to people while you were there?
I do wrote a lot because that's the only way to communicate back then. I think we did get the chance to call them. Well, it would be hard for me to call my parents because we don't have telephone in the Philippines,
Yeah.
and besides it's going to be a long distance. So, and I believe it's on our fourth week. I forget, but we had we had a chance to make a phone call. I can't remember if I made a phone call, but most of the time I just write letters.
So how did you feel about the idea of being a soldier in the Navy? Did it scare you that you were in charge of this task?
Well, the when as I spend my time in the Navy, right? I got trained, and as I have responsibilities, I did. As you grow, as you spend time in the Navy, you get promoted.
Yeah.
So you're given responsibilities. Is that what you're saying? So, well, is this during war or any?
I just meant like the idea of like being this in a group and you have to go to war and it's like life or death, you know? Or was that, did you not go into the battlefield? Or?
I didn't go to the battlefield, but we do get trained. We in the Navy after the well, in boot camp they give you a taste of what it is. They show you pictures and or the films or what happened during the war and when you're fighting. For example, big fires on the ship. They showed us that, and they train you, to fight fires. But I did get a chance to shoot a rifle. So and then moving on for after years, and then we also trained in the ship, like. Any casualties, we do war games. Well, I say we do have a battle, war games in the ship.
So, what was your specialty in the Navy?
I was a machinist mate. We take care of the propulsion of the ship. So we basically run the engine. We maintain them.
How many tours did you attend?
Let me see if I can remember. My first tour is a USS Beaufort. It's an ocean-going tug.
Uh,
So it's stationed in Hawaii.
mhm.
And then my second tour is another ship, USS Robert E. Perry, stationed also in Hawaii. And then I went to short duty here in Moffett Field. After that, I went back on the ship, USS Mount Hood, which is stationed here in Concord Weapons Station. And then went on a short duty here in San Francisco, recruiting district in San Francisco. Was nice. Then I went to a Naval Training Center in Great Lakes, Illinois. After that, I went back to the ship, USS Kitty Hawk, which was my final tour of duty.
So, since you were on the ship for a very long time, did you build any close relationships with any of those people?
Yes, we do. I did have a lot of friends, Filipino friends, different rating. There are cooks, who we call them mess cooks.
Yeah.
They prepare the food for us. We have storekeepers, which man the ship store. Barbers do laundries, and we have some friends that are personnel.
Yeah.
So they're over, and then there's some engineers too that I've befriended.
Are you still friends with some of them today?
Yes. As a matter of fact, some of them live here nearby,
Oh,
here in American Canyon.
That's cool.
There's a couple of them.
Mm-hmm. So, were you ever bored on the ship?
We never really get bored because life being on a ship is really very hectic. It's very routine. So it starts like 6 o'clock in the morning. They wake you up. They get on the speaker and wake you up, and then you go eat. Take a shower, clean up, take a shower, eat, and then work and then go to work
Yeah.
or watch, or we also watch the ship. Meaning, aside from your regular work, you watch the plant. Meaning, if you watch the engines. So it could be a 4-hour watch, or it could be a 6-hour watch. And then on top of that, if it happens to be still on a work day, then you have to continue work. So basically, the only time you get rest is probably a couple of hours, or go to sleep or sleep. So it's really it gets busy.
So how long would you be on those ships, like at a time?
It depends on your tour of duty. If you're on some rating, on my rate, the rotation is 5 years
Mm-hmm.
in the ship and 2 years ashore.
Oh, so you were on the ship for a long time then?
Yes, but you just assign on the ship. So when we go out for deployment, we'll be gone for about at least 6 months, and come back to our where we're stationed. Like for example, if I was stationed, I was serving on USS Mount Hood. So our station is in Naval Weapons Concord. So when we're not on deployment, we'll be docked at the weapons station.
Yeah. So was it hard for you to adjust to the ship? Like, was it hard for you living on the ship?
It's hard because like depending on the size of the ship, like the Kitty Hawk is a carrier, so it houses 5,000 people.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's during deployment. So there's a lot of people. It's tight. It's always crowded. When you our living space is a series of bunk beds. And, you know, and when you go eat, there's a lot of people, and the only time you be probably by yourself in your privacy is your bunk bed.
Oh.
You know, I mean, you close the curtain, and that's it. That's your world. That's your private world.
So since you had never, so you were all working on the ship the whole time, right?
No,
No, but you never experienced any like casualties, like personal.
or death,
Yeah.
war.
Yeah, you weren't really exposed to that on the ship.
No, not really. When during the war, like Desert Storm, I was on board the USS Mount Hood,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically floating. It's a ship loaded with weapons like bombs. So I really during the war, during Desert Storm, I was really worried about it getting, running into mines because
Yeah.
mines and bombs, on the ship. It's that really concerns me. It's getting killed by mines. So
Yeah. But did that situation ever happen often, or?
no. It's what the closest we had is I say is when we had in the ship that ran into a mine. This reading the newspaper because we get this printout of news events on the ship and the news and I read that the one of the ship that ran into a mine and they were damaged.
Yeah.
And I thought, look, we were there. We at that time. I don't know how close, but we were at that area at one time. So I guess we got lucky.
Did that ever change your perspective on war, or did it scare you?
Yeah, in a way, yes. Yeah.
Mm.
So it will really make you think that it will really make you think that this is war and if it happens, it is your time. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
But the chance of getting killed though, being on my rating or being in the Navy, I guess depending on your rate, is very small.
Especially during that time.
Especially during that time, right?
Yeah. So, how long were you in the military?
I served 20 years.
From what date?
I was enlisted in July 7, 1980, and retired in 2000.
So what was the first thing that you did after service?
I took a break, just to acclimate myself with being, after spending 20 years in the military. So I, I guess get in touch with some friends and just try to relax a little bit, because 20 years in the military is it's not easy and it's sometimes hard to adjust to civilian life.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a couple of months break, and then after that I applied for a job and got lucky and I got employed.
So that process that you went through, adjusting from the ship to regular lifestyle, would you think that was hard for you, or did you adjust easy?
I adjusted pretty easy. I blended in easily, so I never really had a hard time.
That's good. So how did you feel being back home with your friends and family? The same?
Oh, yeah, same. I don't think anything changed
Yeah.
because, like I said, when I was in the Navy, some of my friends they settled down here in the area, American Canyon, around Vallejo.
Yeah.
So we kept in touch, and we go out, we have family gatherings and functions, and we still in touch. So yeah, I never had a problem adjusting.
So how did your family react with you coming home? Were they excited for you to come home? Were they?
Yeah, they were excited for me to finally settle down, or because being in the military, we move a lot. So we move from shore duty, from shore to the ship. So so they come with me.
Mm-hmm.
So every 6 months, like when we deploy, when I'm on the ship, assigned to a ship, and when we go deployment, we go for 6 months. So that's the time when we, spend away from then we're gonna be away from the family.
Uh-huh.
So then we come back, and then I guess they're used to it. After a while, they used to it. So, but since we moved in here, we moved in American Canyon in '93. So I bought the house. I bought a house. So and I was still in the active duty back then.
Yeah.
So that at least they have a house to stay. Unlike living in the Navy housing. It's so, and they have friends. We have friends around, so that you can share, and close family living here too. So it's that really helps her,
Yeah.
the family.
So what was that job that you got right after you ended your service?
I applied at Genentech in Vacaville, so I was, and I'm still currently employed by Genentech.
Oh, so how long have you worked there?
I've been working there for about, say, 14 years now.
So, do you think you built a lot of courage while you were in service? Like, do you think you changed as a person since you were at war?
Nothing really. No, it didn't change me. I'm still a happy-go-lucky guy. You see,
Go with the flow.
yeah, go with the flow, and
So, if you could go back and change anything that you did on the ship or during your duty, would you change anything?
No, I wouldn't change a thing. No, I'll still be the same.
Do you think it was a scary experience or a new experience that was life-changing for you, or?
Well, I don't know if I didn't join the military, what would happen to me?
Yeah.
What would I be doing? Still be doing back home in the Philippines? But I think it did help me to build myself.
Yeah.
Because being in the Philippines is really hard. The lifestyle over there, it's hard. So I can think myself being in the Philippines. What would happen if I joined the Navy? I guess being in the Navy is really helped me financially and my family and my kids.
So, how did it shape you into how you are today?
I learned a lot in the military. That's the very first thing that is teamwork, cohesiveness, loyalty, things like that that the military instilled to you. They train you as a team. So the thing that's very important is they train you to do what you're told. They're like orders. They give you orders, set of orders to follow, and there's a purpose behind that. Because in time of war, and you reacted as you were trained.
Yeah.
So so that also falls into being loyal, and I guess it really helped me here the civilian world, because I learned a lot from the military of what I was doing now. Like I was working in the engineering field, so in Genentech we run the plant, so it's pretty much the same
Yeah.
in a way.
So if you could go back and serve again, would you?
I mean, they may not take me because I'm old and slow. I would say, as a matter of fact, I was thinking about that, to volunteer, because I heard there's some ship here in I think Alameda, that they were looking for volunteers to, do some work on the ship, and I think they go out once in a while. So yeah, I would love to go, but back in service, no, I don't think so. No.
Yeah. So did you receive any medals?
Yes, I received quite a few medals. Navy Achievement Medal, Good Conduct Medal, I forget the other one, for the Desert Shield and Desert Storm. Those are the only few medals that I can remember.
Do you feel like it's hard to talk to people about your experiences on the ship, or?
No, I never had any problem without talking about my experience.
So you enjoy talking to people, sharing your experiences and what you learned in the military?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
So is there any other information that you'd like to share or discuss in the interview?
I guess the only thing I could say is being in the military is learning to serve in your country, and use it for what you learn in the military, and then take that with you, and you should be I guess you should be okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Bye.